Hey everybody, this is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, and call it a gripe, call it whatever it is, but it's sometimes you just got to tell it like it is, and you got to be and you got to keep it 100. I'm sitting here, and as I operating my business under the Shade Tree out of the Marriott Grand Vista. I mean, a great facility. But there are some things that that gives me pause. And then when I look at it in the sense of what's going on, it's about time that that we make a stand. It's time to take a stand about something. And the biggest thing is I'm still saying to this day that the black teacher is not being represented as well as they should, and not even being seen as a real, and I mean a real option. But with black teachers still being seen as just kind of like a second-hand teacher or whatever, like, okay, yeah, and not by just the others in society, but by their own. I saw something today that kind of made me realize that, it's time to start. It's time to lay it down. There's a brother, y'all saw him or whatever, NBA champion or whatever, goes to an HBCU. Now, having an opportunity to be on the Golf Channel, rather for whatever little small reason or not, what he does, he speaks of, a teacher or whatever, Como, for example. So my problem is that why are we not speaking about the efforts of black teachers, of what's going on? And I'm speaking for myself. And then the thing is, what I'm trying to finally understanding or whatever, because I don't think no black teachers really standing up to tell the masses, from the Butch Harmons to whoever, to the industry, whether it's USGA, PGA, or whatever the deal is tell them that, hey, you know what? I'm that good. I'm that good, and I will stand toe-to-toe with anyone there is. And until you do that, then the industry or no one else is going to look at you as that, as an option to go to. Now, who really talks about other than just Tiger or whatever? But Tiger's not a teacher. Tiger may understand what he's doing in a sense, but he's not a teacher, he's still a player. I once told one of my tour friends that. I said, you're not a teacher. What you are is, you use your name in a sense of whatever, and that's help you get students. Nothing wrong with that, because I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. So I'm throwing the gauntlet down 1,000% or whatever, because sometimes you got to take care of your own. But I'm sitting here throwing the gauntlet down to all the black teachers out there. In a sense, what I'm telling you is it's time to establish who has the best knowledge and who knows. This ain't got nothing to do with no other teachers. This is mano a mano, brothers against brothers or whatever, because it's time to establish who has the best knowledge. And I'm going to show you something right now. In my book, The Dead Finger in the Middle Wrist in Sports. See, nobody's really written a book that's really expressing through golf, in a sense, how other sports can be able to learn and understand and get the feel for it. The grip is the most important thing in the golf club, and I'll tell that in the golf swing, because you have to put your hands on it. I have defined definitively with anatomical science that cannot be argued, in a sense of whatever, exactly how that works, where you create a housing on it. Now, if the brothers was on point and we had an establishment in a sense of, of great teachers, then all the young brothers and sisters out there would have this book in their hand, not because it's going to make me money, but I do get paid for my work, but because the knowledge in here is to grow. Now, no disrespect to you out there selling your t-shirts and your hats or whatever, but your t-shirts and the hats ain't going to make black folks grow in the game of golf, and it ain't going to help them get scholarships, in a sense, to help mom and dad not have to spend all that excess money going to school, because there's thousands of scholarships out there for brothers and sisters or whatever to be used, especially in the HBCUs. And I'm telling you right now, there is no book that's greater to understand the grip than the book that I've written. And I'm sorry that I happen to be born black, and a lot of bros, that may not be down with their own or whatever. That's why I'm sitting here trying to getting things established, get some order established or whatever. So you will respect your own, especially your black teachers. You're going to have to look at it, but somebody's got to be the best. And that's all there is to it. There's no question about it. So I'm making sure that I establish my information, so that information is out there, so you can take this book and put it in every single one of the brothers and sisters' hands, in a sense or whatever. Instead of picking up Hogan's 5 Lessons or some other one or whatever, when this book alone destroys any any book out there that's written on the grip. And as I said before, if you believe in it, then help distribute it. And because of the same thing, and if you don't, and your ego gets in the way, then I'll tell you what, then show me your book. Show me what you have in print, bruh. I'm telling you, bruh, show me what you have. And I'll be the first one to sit there, do every social media I got and all the connections I got, and I've got some great connections or whatever, to get you to promote. And I will promote the heck out of whatever it is you got. But your thing is to show me something better. Because this isn't about competition. Because if we don't take a stand or whatever and act like that, that we are just as good as the Butch Harmons and all that, because I've said it before. If I had all the students that Butch Harmon had or whatever, I'd be multi-millionaire in that, if that's the money, or high level in the history of teaching as well. I mean, good God, it ain't hard to teach that talent. You just got to understand what it is that you're doing. So I'm saying it now, and I'm saying it 1,000 times over and over. Enough is enough. I'm calling it out, and I'm calling how it is. This is brother to brother or whatever. I don't care what you're studying, who you studying. Come at me. Please do. Come at me with your knowledge, what you know, what you've learned, your words, not something that you copied from somebody else. Tell me what you know. I have the Shade Tree Pro swing system. It articulates everything that I know. Yes, I've studied a whole bunch of folks or whatever, but the strength of it is being able to put it in my words, what I know, my language, my writings, my understanding. And everybody see it from middle body, upper body, lower body, to rolling the shaft, coning in a sense or whatever. What the real track is, how the eyes work in the golf swing, the importance of the nose in the golf swing, all this stuff, how your feet really work. That rotation is a reaction. It's not the facilitator. Action has to be created for rotation to occur. I mean, all these things I've got broken down that I can explain. And then when I get through with the brothers to establish who the best and who has the best knowledge, whatever, then all of a sudden, I promise you right now, the industry is going to take a look, because now you're going to be able to get behind exactly the knowledge and the power, because it speaks for itself. And that's what's important. And ain't nobody gonna pay attention to you, us as black teachers, if we keep running around like a drop of rain falling on a pile of ants. It ain't gonna happen. So don't forget what I said. Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, always with golf.